Ants. They're organized, industrious, and hungry. But in the undergrowth, there's no such thing as a free lunch. In the end, only one colony will secure victory over the Outworld and take its place amongst the great empires of the Undergrowth.
ANTS. Hello everyone, this is Dubious Physics coming to you with ANTS. Well, I mean, I've been coming to you with ANTS for quite a while now. I've got a minor ant problem. Here, and they've been quite bothersome. But I've got Empires of the Undergrowth for you here. That should maybe be more pleasant ants. I guess we'll see. Good to see you, Belle. Incidentally, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. So, Empires of the Undergrowth. It's been on my radar for a while. It is an ant colony simulation game. A kind of ant colony real-time strategy game, which is something I kind of small child me who was curious about ants always dreamt of. Never quite got, but this seems like it hits pretty much everything curious small child me did dream of, so I guess we'll see how it goes. This is pretty much, I've fired up the tutorial just to check that settings and stuff were working, but this is pretty much me going in for the first time. So, Belle, we shall venture in together and see if these ants eat stress. Let's make a new game. I guess we shall name the colony Stress Eaters. And I shall arbitrarily select the color purple. Let's go. Oh, it actually colors the ants purple.
Ah, I see the Queen has taken well to her new home.
It's fascinating. She has already started to spawn. Incredible, really, that we found such a healthy specimen.
How long until we can expect to see interspecies polymorphism?
We should be patient and allow the colony to grow first. I've placed food nearby. Then we will introduce the Formica fusca and observe their reaction.
Excellent. Keep me updated on their progress.
I'm genuinely surprised at the coloring. I almost feel a little bad about it because the game's actually really,
Come on now, my little ants.
really does a lot of
grow.
really neat visual work on its ants depiction. But I do enjoy the purple. We'll see plenty of other stuff. Okay, so we've got some tips here. That's the tutorial at the moment. This game is in early access, but the tutorial at the moment seems to be largely implemented through the tip system. So let's see. Welcome to your Formicarium. This is your hub from which you will launch levels, upgrade your home colony, and put it to the test. The Formicarium has two types of resources you will not see in other levels, and you will receive more of these by playing other levels. Territory limits the number of tiles you can mark for excavation. From time to time, notifications with an I symbol, or exclamation mark I assume symbol, or tips with a light bulb will appear here. Right-click the icon to remove it or disable it in the options menu. Additionally, you can disable that type for the level from the top right of this box. Okay. To expand your colony, you are going to need space. When no tool is selected, left-clicking on an undug tile will mark it for excavation. If a worker can reach the tile, they will head to it and dig it out. Just south of your queen is some food marked by the green outline. Try marking the tiles between your queen and the food for excavation. Right. This is food. We've got 3 workers available by the look of
Beginning
it.
to expand their territory.
Excellent news.
Narration is one of the coolest things about this game. I look forward to seeing that in all its glory. I'm glad stress eating is working out so far, Belle. There will be more. We will get more ants. And we will crush your stress and eat it. If an ant sees food, it will pick it up and bring it back to the colony where it can be used, provided you have storage space. Once it is stored in your nest, the value of the food will be added to your resource counter in the top right. That's the food resource counter. And can be spent on tile improvements or hatching new ants. Okay, so they're bringing food back here. That's being assigned to the lava and so on. This game actually has some pretty decent music so far. So looking forward to the non-calming ant music too. Alright, now you have some resources. Consider building some new workers. Select the Nurseries tab from the bottom right and select the Formica Eripta worker. You can mark any dugout area as a worker tile improvement. Note, you spend resources to mark the area, and idle worker will come and build the tile improvement. Any idle worker may bring an egg from the queen to a nursery tile. These eggs develop and eventually hatch into new ants for your colony. Your population is limited to 1 per nursery tile of that type of ant. When an ant dies, the egg on the tile it was born on can hatch for a cost. I assume a cost in food. So we can probably make things a bit more efficient by connecting stuff to the queen here. 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay. Formica Raptor. Workers. 1 there, 1 there. And right-click deselects the tool.
Queen is
Okay.
beginning to lay new eggs.
Perfect. We will soon have a thriving colony.
Excellent. Your nest design will affect how your colony performs. Ants receive a movement speed penalty when they walk on a nursery tile. Improvement, so building corridors and closed-off rooms allows faster movement around the nest. Corridors can be improved with the speed tile improvement to further increase the efficiency of nest movement. And there's a button I can use. I think it's the I button to see how... Yeah, I don't know exactly how the upgrade points work. It seems that walls and adjacent tiles give upgrade points to something. I think that may make it easier to upgrade. I'm not super sure about that system at the moment. Okay, in the bottom middle of the screen is your pheromone marker assignment panel. Your ants are displayed here in groups based on their room, and hovering over them will highlight the room. Yeah, okay. Drag your ants from the nest group into the first group, and then right-click on a dugout tile. Your ants will notice the marker and head to it. So, whoop and whoop. It's group number 1. And I can tell them to go walk over here. Or well, I can place a pheromone trail marker. It's an RTS style waypoint, but it's implemented pheromone trail style, which is something I've always dreamed of fiddling with. Let's see. I guess hopefully it turns out cool. Top left is the level select dialog. From here you can see available levels and also Formicarium challenges. Selecting a level will take you to a standalone level, and winning will provide you with rewards for your Formicarium. Formicarium challenges will put your Formicarium colony to the test, so make sure you are prepared for selecting one. The far left group in your pheromone marker assignment panel is the nest group. Workers in this group will do jobs around the nest. This includes digging, carrying eggs to nurseries, building tile improvements, and upgrading them. Okay. This is all we've got for the moment. I suppose I should make sure before we head out on a level that I'm making use of all available food. I've got 9 of 12 workers, 25 territory, royal jelly for improvements, and we have a population limit too. Okay. How much food do I need to place this again? 20 food to place. Make sure group 1 is grabbing food. There we go. Excellent. Actually, no, it'll be less efficient to refund the cost. Food stores are full and the ants cannot collect any more food. Alright. But it's costing us food to hatch ants, so let's see. Yeah, I think we've picked up all the food that was sitting around here. No, there's a little more food. Well, what I might do is just use the food store tile. Boop. And we can plonk one next to the queen there and just store it for future use. Is that all the food on the map? Is there a way I can check, I wonder? I don't know, but I'll put down another food store tile just in case. Oh right, I can use the resource info to figure out where food's sitting at the moment. Okay, one more food tile. There's actually still loose food sitting around, isn't there? Another food tile. And excavate the connecting area here. Have a bit of space to work with. Anything we need to grab around here? Sniff around the formicarium. I don't see anything. Well, I'm allowed to dig out 15 more tiles apparently, so I will do so, and hopefully not regret it. Okay. Saving the formicarium. That's what we got. Once you're ready, open the level select dialog in the top left and select a level to play. New home is recommended as the first level. From what I've seen, little of the game I've seen, the outworld levels, or the levels in the world are the outstanding part of the game. So let's go meet some stressing ants, spell. A new Formica colony has set up home in a rotting log, but to establish themselves will be no simple task. I'm gonna go with medium difficulty. challenge mode off, and let's see how it goes.
This Formica Fusca queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable. Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive.
Okay, quickly. Sorry, narrator, you're amazing, but I just need to read this tip. Digging outside the Formicarium, digging is free and there's no tech tree. These levels are set up with units you can build and tile. Grades are automatically unlocked. On winning these missions, you select rewards to take back to your
Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant. The ants have encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing.
These woodworm will not fight back, and once killed can be taken back to your nest. They provide 25 food each. Hopefully that's safe. Yep, okay. What ants can I make? A black... okay, these are black ants. I can make a worker ant and fancy black ant. Well, I should probably cut through back here and also use the space to hatch more workers. Move these new ants to group to a new group. I won't do too much. I may as well put out new nurseries instead of...
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
Thank you, narrator. The tip's gonna tell me the same. In addition to workers, the Black Ant colony can produce soldiers. These are combat units and will not perform nest jobs, so they can pick up and harvest food. They deal much more damage than workers and have more health. So these are the Black Ant soldiers. Okay, we haven't cut through to food yet. Or well, we need to cut through to more food. We probably have enough workers to handle stuff that comes our way. You know what, we'll give one a marker. I think there's a mealworm there we haven't grabbed. Or maybe not. Okay, I should hatch probably a handful of soldiers. Transfer the soldiers onto a separate group. Send group 1 to grab more food because we're gonna need it. Greetings to Carrie. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the good luck wish. Okay, it's a little inconvenient to work without food stores. Maybe I should throw at least enough to store 100 food. Maybe. No way, I think we've grabbed all the food in the immediate area. Let's see, well, let's cut through to these. I don't have a proper food chamber yet, Carrie. No, I've been slacking off on that slightly. I might throw down a couple. Let's try here. Well, not expensive, I suppose. Okay, well, I haven't met any of these enemies yet. It's time to go meet. Now this is a relatively small cluster. With a reasonable amount of food next to it. So... I am paranoid. Let's build one more soldier. Nursery. What do we got here? Once a tile is surrounded by 6 tiles of the same type or walls, it can be upgraded. In the build menu, select the upgrade tool. You will now see tiles that can be upgraded, denoted by a complete green circle. Click on them to mark for upgrade. An upgrade costs the same as the base tile. And save space, I see, so... Yeah, I've been right, so it works with identical tiles, not just with speed tiles. But I may as well put a speed tile here and test out some of these upgrades. And hello, Black Opal Dragon! Greetings! Okay, so what are the speed tiles? Right, so so basically adjacent walls or identical tiles or speed tiles, which work for anything, work for upgrade points, I see. So we can upgrade... Oh, I don't have enough food. Right. Well, it's time for the soldiers to get to work. Let's say hi to whatever's in there.
The workers have uncovered carnivorous larvae of Ochiposolens, the devil's coach horse. They are born ready for combat, with powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey. They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters.
May as well deck out this food store. Work on some more soldiers, maybe. Be very careful not to break through into that, if I can avoid it. Make sure my soldiers are on standby, in case I screw up there. So far I'm really enjoying it, Opal. So far, really enjoying it. Okay. Primary worker group and soldier group. We are going to say hello to what's in here.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. If the ants had disturbed the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution.
Interesting. Let's see. So once stuff's connected, it counts as a single chamber. Okay, I'm wondering if I can get around this without breaking through. I can't fit through there, but what about here? Let's bring soldiers up here and the mobile workers group.
There are intruders in the nest.
Oh, no we can't. All teams respond. Gonna lose some ads here. Bringing out the health bars for a moment. As much as it takes away from the
These
cinema.
wood lice will
Oh,
make a
shoot.
significant addition to the colony's larders, but they are clinging tightly to the ground. It's going to take some effort to dislodge them.
Are they also going to attack us? Are they just trying to escape? The ants don't appear to be losing health here. So yeah, it looks like that's food. Cool. Excellent. Quite slip through that as easily as I'd hoped. But, yeah. So far, so good. Thank you for the additional information, by the way, Carrie. And hello, Extreme. Basically, I am playing an ant colony. It's actually something as a small child me kind of dreamed of playing an ant colony simulator where you put down pheromones, structured the nest. It's basically an ant colony RTS. Something small me dreamed of long ago. And this is kind of it. That's pretty cool, I think, at least. Okay, punch through into this chamber.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Yeah. Do appreciate the help, Carrie. Okay, not a problem. I think we lost one sword rat there. Okay, so upgraded, this provides level 2. And I guess it provides 2 ants? Yeah, this is the starting story level, so I don't think it's letting me onto the surface just yet. I hope to be half as hardworking as these ants are. Okay, come on, gather up the food. I want many soldiers. Right, actually I should send out the ants to the previous gathering spots. Wonder if 7 workers is enough for nest work in general. Ah, right. Upgrading food chambers would help a lot with the offensive stuff. I wonder what. Okay. I guess I should ask this question. Gary, what does upgrading speed tiles do? Does it just make them speedier? Lack of a better way to put it. Okay, I see. Well, solid food storage now. Still collecting plenty more food. I take it it seems like it's better to upgrade tiles when you can, rather than...
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber.
Thank you, narrator. Right. Okay, that makes sense, Carrie. Yeah, so the big important reason to have food reserves is you don't want to run out of food when attacking. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So it means you can keep getting more ants. I think I may have just broken my corridor structure. I don't know if that really hurts the speed that much, but... Okay, thank you for that information as well, Carrie. I think it's time to breach through into this little cluster. What have we got here?
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
Don't worry, it's on the way. I only overdeveloped slightly. Let's cut. This looks like a lot of hostiles here. I don't know how the chamber connections go, so it's not necessarily safe to cut through that way. Well, we've got some food reserves now, and I guess I shouldn't overdevelop simply because I need to be able to hatch new ants while attacking, as has been noted.
Predators are loose in the nest. The
That is a
larvae
lot
must
of
be
them.
protected.
think I do want the health bars on. Come on, let's commit those soldiers. It does seem like protecting the queen would be pretty important. Okay, just enough food to keep that going. I got you, Carrie. Thank you. Seems like I'd need new soldiers, especially if like I've got enough ants to do the cutting and carving work. I just need more soldiers to, well, kill things. Okay, does upgrading upgrade the quality of the associated ants as well? That's one thing I'm not immediately clear on. Okay, if I can look at the tile info here. Seems to increase the quantity of ants spawn, but I'm not super clear on whether it increases the Okay, so it's just the quality? Interesting. I guess, does it increase the quality without increasing the spawn requirement? The food spawn requirement? Because that would be pretty important if it did, I imagine. Okay, gets me a couple more upgrades. I guess I'll need to upgrade the speed tiles. If I want these upgraded. Again, I wonder if it's worth
The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
this one. At some point I'm gonna have to figure out what the exact things upgrades do. But here we go. We can get level 3 here now. And the indicator says it's okay, it's level 3. Does the game want to tell me what a level 3 tile hits me? Oh, right, okay. ANTS 9. I upgrade that. So level 3. Still ANTS 9. Okay, so upgrading is a quality upgrade. Without, I guess, increasing the respawn food required, from my understanding. More level 3 ants. I am starting to run my food reserves a little low. But then I suppose ant quantity should help with any initial pushes as well. Well, that's what I got. Let's prepare for a breach.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Not a problem so far. Let's see about upgrades. Another soldier down there. Get some speed tiles going here. How's our food gathering going? I think we've grabbed everything we can. This looks fairly dangerous. I'm actually unfamiliar with sim ant cows, but quite possibly. I know it seems like it's the ant sim game Small Me dreamed of.
Predators are loose in the nest.
Oh, that looks like an adult.
Protected. The ants have stumbled into the path of a fully developed devil's coach horse beetle, and it's hungry for breakfast. The beetle is almost 4 times the size of a black ant, and protected by thick plates of external armor.
It has a spray attack.
Bites at the tiny defenders, it sprays foul-smelling secretions from the end of its raised abdomen, disorientating the ants. The devil's coach horse is dead. Its corpse will provide food to support dozens of new brood. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
It's on the way, narrator. Covered everything? Great. I have a feeling that is the chamber we don't want to break into before sorted out everything else. including what upgrades we can. Cool, we can get level 3 soldier from here. There are actually different ant types here, Kaz. So there are leafcutter ants. I am not currently leafcutter ants. Also, Carrie, you advising on, because I think the tutorial advised me somewhat on this as well, actually cutting out different chambers and having speed trails through them, so that we don't run into what I'm running into now, where stuff's having to wander over the food patches and stuff. So that makes sense. Probably gonna cut into more company here.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
It's fine, we got this. I actually lost a soldier there. See if I can slip around this to the food behind. Or if the chain.
There are
Oh no,
intruders in the nest.
we cannot. Well, that's going on. Let's upgrade some of our soldiers. Cool. Thanks for the recommendations, Carrie. I've seen some footage, not a huge amount though. Time to reach. Set the soldiers to clear this out here. We can squeeze in a few more upgrades. That is also a method, Kaz. Ant upgrades. I don't know that upgrading our workers is a massive priority. Sure enough, Carrie. Thanks very much for coming by the way. Hope this proves at least somewhat entertaining. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dig that.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
So far, so good. It's this chamber here I'm worried about. Throw down a few more workers. Health, I can remember the hotkey for the upgrade tool. Let's get some nest upgrades going. I'm hoping to upgrade this line of soldiers as well. I am hoping to get the hang of it, Carrie. So far, quite enjoying it though. Really nicely put together. Ah, right, I can't upgrade those with oh, whoops, I need to... wonder if there's a shortcut to queue them deletion straight up. Surviving Mars depot management right here. Okay. Now I can up my food storage density a little bit. Okay, that's all I've got the food for. Time to get this cut open again. Here goes nothing.
There are intruders in the nest. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
It all went into soldiers, I got it. I should have been more careful about reinforcement quantities though. So I don't think we have enough. I assume I can't sneak a team round to get food from elsewhere.
The Queen is in imminent danger.
Okay. Yeah, wasn't ready for that last room. Didn't have enough reserve food. There are no ants currently with which to protect the Queen. I'm curious as to how narration goes for a level loss, though. If there is any
The Queen
narration.
has fallen. Her body will be dissected and her untended brood pillaged. Most young ant colonies will end this way. Just another meal for the creatures of the Undergrowth.
This game is very well put together. interesting that I guess you still get some stuff back, maybe? Well, let's return to the Formicarium for now. Seeds have been dropped on the surface of the Formicarium. Let's look at tips. In order to access the surface, you'll need to mark the surface tunnel to be excavated. To the very north of your queen is the surface tunnel. Left-clicking this will mark it for excavation. Resources gained from levels will be dropped into your Formicarium on the surface. Okay. I'm wondering if quality of soldiers is how worth useful soldier quality is compared to quantity. And for that matter, how worth it speed tunnels are. But I guess these are things I will have to learn. Okay, we have access to the outworld now. Seeds have been dropped on the surface, apparently. Can I find them? Oh, I've got a tip here. The surface is a wide open space that may have other creatures, colonies, and hazards. Control on the surface is very much the same as underground, and it's assigned to a pheromone marker will form a trail through the surface tunnel and to the marker. Would indeed be the main source of food, but where? Oh, there it is. Okay. I can hit tab to cycle between that. I'm just gonna, actually, no. We'll throw down a bunch of extra workers here. With the food we have. I should actually move the food storage potentially to out here. I'll throw some down here so it's easier to deposit on. Thanks for the extra info, Carrie. Let's see, we got some royal jelly, so we're allowed some upgrades potentially. What do we actually have? Ah, the worker upgrade levels need to be unlocked for the Formicarium, apparently. Let's see if we can upgrade one right now. Yeah, okay, they need to be unlocked. Have we retrieved all the surface food? We're still gathering it. Some of it. Okay, right, that's what we got at the moment. Third resource in your Formicarium is Royal Jelly. In the top left is the Royal Jelly tech tree, where you can spend your hard-earned jelly on new species, unlocking tile upgrades or improvements for your ants. Right, so there's the story missions, which lead back to the Formicarium. Here is the hub, which has its own progression. Can put down one more worker. And well, we've stored all the food we've collected, I think, so it seems reasonable to go ahead and hop back into the mission again. Let's give that another shot. really enjoyed it so far. I do really love those kind of surface colony missions. Okay, made a save there, and let's give a new home another shot. Going again with medium difficulty. Let's try not to die this time.
This Formica Fusca queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable. Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant. The ants have encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing.
With a little less concern with speed this time. And thanks very much for coming by, Carrie, and thank you for the advice. Take care. Okay, yeah, that information's all fine.
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers. The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood. The workers have uncovered carnivorous larvae of Ocypus olens, the devil's coach horse. They are born ready for combat, with powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey. They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters.
Okay. So far, so good. I don't think I'm being as food efficient
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae
as
must be protected.
I'd like.
If the ants had disturbed the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution.
I think ants actually rotate out at lower health if they're in a large enough group. So it may actually be worth sending in a full group, rather than just soldiers. I'm going at stuff like that. Okay, medium damage, bite fast. Groups only when you outnumber them. Their corpses provide 15 food. And then the details on the upgrade tool.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
So far, so good. Little more food storage. Oh, let's not forget the speed tiles. I don't know how valuable upgrading ants is still over getting more ants. There's an achievement for doing this level without ever upgrading an ant. I don't know what that tells me exactly. Okay, a tile surrounded by level 2 tiles can be upgraded to level 3. Each upgrade makes the ants produced by that tile more powerful, and at level 3 they will often gain an extra ability. Design chambers, okay. Right. I don't know what the extra ability is, but it sounds like specifically you want to upgrade to level 3.
The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
Whenever possible. And hexagonal chambers. Okay. I guess maybe I shouldn't worry too much about the speed trails in that case, maybe. Is this not diggable? Okay, so that's not diggable. Fine. Got a little more food to work with. Wood lice.
These wood lice will make a significant addition to the colony's larders, but they are clinging tightly to the ground. It's going to take some effort to dislodge them.
Effort is underway. The ants assigned to pheromone markers can be told to not gather food or not attack from the buttons on the right side of the assignment panel. This can be used to stop an attack squad picking up food they encounter or to gather food in the heat of battle. Make sure to turn these back on once finished with them. I see. I can tell group 1 not to attack. That way they'll just... Yeah, that might have actually saved me last time if I'd known / remembered about that, because that would have meant the workers would have yoinked food and brought it back. From the things we'd killed originally. Okay. We can upgrade that. Oop. Poop. Nope, not enough food. That's fine. Reaching here now.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
One of the ants in group 1 grab food. Hopefully that got him to grab the food. Okay, well they're grabbing it now. I don't know if that worked the way I wanted it to, but food has been obtained. If I understand correctly, upgrading an ant doesn't increase the amount of food needed to hatch a new one, so it makes your ants... It seems like it's very important for long-term food sustainability. Would be, I assume, why you'd prioritize upgrading ants where you could. And hey, Sardiablo! Good to see ya! Welcome to the stream. Hope your stream went well, sir. Thank you for the heads up, Sardiablo.
There are intruders in the nest.
Thank you, narrator. Okay, let's disable attack on group 1. And yeah, that should have him towing the food back out of the fight. And letting the soldiers do the fighting, once there are enough soldiers. Can flip it back on. get us a substantial food bonus. May as well upgrade the food stores. Doesn't cost any more, and I believe it should give us proportionally the same food storage capacity. Or even more. It's tier 3. Nope, these still need more upgrading. Add another 3 ants. I think we want to cut through into here if we can.
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber.
Another level 3. Okay, may as well upgrade.
The workers have done all they
This
can
line.
to improve this highway.
Speed things. That'll help upgrade the ants adjacent to it. Okay, got everything we can out of that chamber. Let's cut forward.
There are intruders in the nest.
Okay, some of those enemies are down. Let's have Group 1 extract the food.
The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
It's on the way. Also, thank you, Kaz, for the wholesome ant facts. I don't expect we'll be able to get around these. Yes, we'll upgrade the food storage a bit more, so that takes it from 30. I need to. I wish I had a building summary with the exact amounts. It's wholesome for the ants. Kaz, it's wholesome for the ants. What's the hotkey for these? Okay, so it's Y for a black ant, T for a worker. N is the upgrade button. Let's get some more tier 3s. Apparently that unlocks an ability of some sort. And I'm all for cost effectiveness. As much as apparently there's an achievement for doing this with quantity alone. Okay, well, if we cut like this. Okay, I think we can slip around.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
So far, so good. Reach into that chamber as well.
There are intruders in the nest.
So Build a handful more workers. Upgrade our existing soldiers as much as we can. Cut space out around here. Oh no, didn't mean to redirect group 1. So we can start cutting to the left. Oh, and we should cut to the right there. What's this? With less of thick armor and will take a while to kill. I missed this tip earlier? Okay. Their hunker down ability provides them with increased defense, reducing physical damage. Once killed, they can be harvested by 1 ant at a time for 40 food. Interesting. Upgrade some of those speed tiles. Oh. Let the workers hit those ants as well for now. If I hit this, I can probably squeeze out a couple more ant upgrades. There we go. That should upgrade, and that should allow the 2 neighbor black ants to upgrade. To P? No. What does P? Oh. Please, place. Okay, it's Y for black ants. There we go. Right, that chamber is horrifying. Don't think we're quite ready for that yet.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Okay, once we have killed some of them, yeah, turn off attack on the workers. Let them take the food right back, so we actually get food sustain mid-combat. That seems to be what the game's telling me to do, at least. Greetings to Scooby R2. Hello, welcome to the stream. We have ants. I hope you like ants. Down a couple more black ants. One there. Can I squeeze out a level 3 upgrade with these 2? Let's see. Yeah, if I upgrade the speed tile, and then this one, and then I can upgrade that black ant. But I don't think I have the food for the actual upgrade itself, though. Not without breaking into the Tile of Doom. Yeah, I did not have enough food in the bank last time. It's quite possible I may not have learned my lesson. Let's do this. Because that's all the food I've got.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. The ants have stumbled into the path of a fully developed devil's coach horse beetle, and it's hungry for breakfast. The beetle is almost 4 times the size of a black ant, and protected by thick plates of external armor. Whilst it bites at the tiny defenders, it sprays foul-smelling secretions from the end of its raised abdomen, disorientating the ants. The Devil's Coach Horse is dead. Its corpse will provide food to support dozens of new brood.
Okay, what have we got? A fully grown Devil's Coach Horse is aggressive, has a large health pool, and a power pool with slow bite. It will periodically spray directly in front of it with a foul-smelling secretion, which confuses ants hit by it. It will take a large force to take down, but it can be harvested by 2 ants at a time for a total of 100 food killed. Nice. Now I do wonder, should I go for food efficiency in terms of... Actually, this is a question I hope someone who with some experience with the game might be able to answer. If you upgrade an ant, does it still take the same amount of food to respawn and therefore become more food efficient? And then, if that's the case, is it still better to get more ants, or is it better to upgrade ants once you have a reasonable pool of ants? I mean, I realize that might be a little situational, but okay. That seems like sound logic to me. Upgrade this one. Upgrade you. Put a new one down here. Oh wait, no, I don't have enough food. Well, I may be a little bit at the limit of what I've got. This is medium difficulty, so it's possible it might go okay. I'm considering pulling down some of my existing tiles, but I don't think... I don't know that speed tiles aren't worth that much, so I don't know that half the cost would be that phenomenal. Apparently I left some mealworms sitting around. That's bad that one of the ants just grabbed it. Well, I am technically in better shape than I was last time. Let's see how poorly this goes.
There are intruders in the nest.
Okay. Turning off attack on the workers as soon as we've started killing some of them. So then hopefully the workers can start carrying some of the
colony
food
is
back
starving. There is not enough food to feed the
to
new
get
brood.
soldier reinforcements. Just keep grabbing the corpses. Soldiers keep them busy. Made it.
This Formica fusca colony has now established itself as a rising power in the Undergrowth. Soon their territory will need to expand above ground, where new challenges await. For the time being, however, the Queen is safe.
Royal jelly seems like the most interesting, but food might be just plain old the most useful. I'll take royal jelly. I'm sure it'll work out. I guess these are replayable. I think. Went better than last time. Thank you for the advice, by the way. But yeah, I'm figured I had enough to surround them, but I don't know that there's a way to prompt your ants to really go for the surround.
How is the colony progressing?
The Queen is exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
Okay, there's some food there. Worm in various locations. Cool. Probably gonna save the royal jelly for now, honestly. I don't know that I want to spend it right away. And I do like my dwarven ale attacks. Okay, spare jelly can be used to make minor improvements to your creatures. Do this, open the tech tree, select any species you have already unlocked, and select the improvements icon. The more minor upgrades you buy for a creature, the more expensive they become. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, Scooby. Okay, I understand. You don't chase them, don't engage them at the choke point, but actually pull back to an area where you can take advantage of your numbers. Would you recommend just spamming pheromones for that, or actually using the disable attack button? Okay. How responsive are ants to pheromones in terms of being told to get the hell out of there? Okay, grab some other food. I'll start up see if I can start up a second worker group. Okay. And so if they are instantly responsive, I imagine it's also probably best not to spam pheromones if you want them to fight with enthusiasm. Yeah, that all makes sense. Thanks for the information. Probably shouldn't have expended territory points on that, but well. Okay, so a base food tile holds 10 food. So this food chamber holds 300, should be 310 now. Upgrading a food tile once brings it to 304. Okay, so upgraded food tiles are far more efficient. Interesting. Yeah, 520. So yeah, 300. So it's 30 storage for a tier 2 food tile, if I'm getting it right. 520, and then getting it to tier 3 takes it from 520 to 580. So 60. So it's 10, 30, 60. Awesome. Now, I guess the one question I have left to ask for people familiar with the game is, does it make sense not to prioritize upgrading workers? Where you'd want a quantity of workers just to be able to move more material faster? Boop. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. The question was, for soldiers, you generally want to prioritize upgrades to improve food respawn efficiency and so on. For workers, does it make sense just to prioritize quantity? Since more workers can haul, I assume more workers can just haul more stuff. Boop, boop. Food storage. Okay, so right, there are other bonuses to workers, including speed and so on. That makes sense. And then for the Formicarium, there appears to be a population limit as well. Alright, thank you. I have not unlocked the upgrades yet, however. That also makes sense. Have we recovered everything from up top? I think we have. Go ahead and save the Formicarium. And, right. Okay, yeah. I get you, Scooby. Thank you. Right on. Well, I think it's time to try out the next level, but before that, I will probably take a break for about 10 minutes or so. Be back with more Empires of the Undergrowth after that. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Hope you having fun. I'm really enjoying this game so far. Do remember to take care of yourselves, hydrate, stretch, grab some food if you need to. You are absolutely worth it. And I hope to see you after the break. And we're back. Thanks for sticking around, folks. Well, gotten somewhat acquainted with the game. Thanks again to folks more familiar with the game who have been offering me very handy advice. Yeah, I've been getting somewhat better acquainted, and Formicarium looks like it's coming along decently, so that's nice. I'll just finish upgrading what I can in this food storage. Okay, I'll go ahead and save the Formicarium. I don't know if I really explicitly need to do that, but... And let's give mission 1.2 a try. This Formica Fusa colony has been spotted by a nearby enemy colony with sinister intentions. Medium difficulty? Let's do it. What could go wrong?
This Formica Fusca Black Ant Queen has given birth to her first brood. While the workers establish their new territory in the earth, above ground, a nearby colony of Formica sanguinea slave maker ants are on the lookout for would-be victims. These ants specialize in stealing larvae from neighboring nests and raising them as their own. If the black ant colony isn't prepared for the inevitable incursion, they may be wiped out entirely.
Okay, better get a good number of workers then.
Formica sanguinea are not the only danger for the fledgling colony. There is something even more sinister nearby, lurking in the darkness.
Some food storage going. What's the shortcut for that again? V. So we can cut our way to some seeds. Start up a decent worker brood down here. What's this tip say? To finish a level, you must complete all objectives. Objectives are shown in the top left and may change as the level progresses. Once all objectives have been complete, you will achieve victory. Which I'm sure will happen without incident here. What could go wrong? Right, worker time. Send down newly hatched workers. Gather up some of this food. Hopefully those question marks are not an issue. Okay, I should be alright. Workers. Still got some space for some soldiers to the right here. Oh shoot.
Sigistria florentina. A funnel web spider. She is large,
Defend the
fast,
queen.
and equipped with a deep, powerful bite. Her lair is carpeted by sheets of silk woven between tripwires that radiate out from the entrance. She can detect even the slightest vibrations with her sensitive legs. Any ant that strays too close will be snapped away in the blink of an eye.
Duly noted. Wait, cancel that. We don't want to breach through into there. There's probably another one. Get back here. Soldiers! We need soldiers!
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
Or do we need to just kill her? I wonder. We don't have more food right now. Guess we go for it. Can she just walk over us? Okay, we're attacking her. Okay, so is any ant that's brought back just instantly dead? Yeah, it seems like it. So someone please kill her.
By working together, the ants have overwhelmed one of the funnel web spiders. She won't be causing any more trouble for the colony. Her sisters, however, still present a problem.
It seems like we'd be able to essentially one... Okay, funnel web spider will pick up, carry home, and kill any creature that steps on its web. Just walking through the web but also slowed, making it difficult to reach the spider. Overwhelm this prey. Yeah, it seems like that's a quantity. That's a problem solved with quantity.
A sanguinious scout has sensed the presence of the black ants. A raid on the colony is now inevitable.
That said, there is apparently a raid
they will
coming.
merely pillage a generation of young, or wipe out the colony entirely. In the end, it will come down to the tenacity of the defending ants. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Okay, send in numbers for that. And meanwhile, we prepare soldiers for our other duties.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
There are two of them now. I mean, spare more workers, but shoot. Let the soldiers actually handle the other stuff. Yeah, thanks very much for coming by, Scooby. And thank you for the advice. Take care. Okay, got one. Turn off food pickup for group number 1, we're just doing combat. Okay, now you can do food pickup. Oh shoot, raid's here already.
The raiding party has arrived. The slave makers will head straight for the brood chambers. They must be stopped.
Okay, they have...
The raiding party is left, and with them they have taken 10% of the Black Ant brood. The Fuska colony must replenish quickly if they are to survive the next assault.
Okay. Some slave makers will attack, but others will try to steal larvae from your nurseries. If they escape, the tile that they stole becomes disrupted for a time and cannot receive new eggs. Right. Probably shouldn't have put that so close to the front then. I should also get more food tiles. And
there are intruders in the nest.
send the workers forward.
The ants will fight to the death.
Hopefully effectively. Okay, what's the button to reallow? Okay, allow gather.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Again, workers to combat mode. Get me more workers. Send some people on gather duty briefly. Okay, you're allowed to collect stuff again. Guard up front. These food stores go in.
The slave makers are back. They can sense larvae, and they want their share.
No. No, shoot. Okay, I need more soldiers. I need to pay attention to when the raids are
raiding
happening.
party is left, and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood. The danger may be gone for now, but this truce is merely a formality. The Sanguini are already planning their next onslaught.
I do love this narrator so much, though. I have to say. It's a soldier shortcut again. Why? That's it. That's it. We need more soldier quantity, even. Make sure soldiers are in reasonable guard positions. And somewhat upgraded.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Okay, if I were to tunnel through to here, where's the tunnel entrance here? Am I not? Do I not
The
have
slave
it?
makers are
Oh,
back.
there we go.
They can sense larvae, and they want their share.
soldiers are now obstructing, it seems.
The raiding party was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe. For now.
Looks like we've got another funnel spider to cut through to. Let's upgrade these.
There are intruders in the nest.
Oh, these are all connected up. Okay.
The battle has begun.
Good. Actually, no. Keep the soldiers on standby. You know what? Hold on the food. Just go kill that spider. Or those spiders.
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber.
Okay. Gather food again. 1, 2, get ready for the raid.
There is no respite from the culling. The Sanguinio will subjugate or exterminate.
Yeah, they got one. They got some of our worker lava. Is honestly not the worst. On the stuff around the queen, huh?
The raiding party is left, and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood. The queen must lay quickly to return the colony to its former strength.
Ah, shoot. I apologize, Scooby, if you're still here. I missed that message. This is probably around the time I usually stream. 0200 UTC is my alleged start time. Okay, what's this? You can see the health and level of creatures by holding down the Show Creature Info button. By pressing Creature Info toggle button, enemy health bars show up red. And speed is key as the Slave Maker attacks will increase in size rapidly. Gather food and grow your colony fast. Well, I have enough food to just throw down the remaining soldiers I need, surely. Upgrade what we can. Maybe I should have kept more food in reserve. Oh, right, we can cut through to more though.
There are intruders in the nest. Sanguinia colony seeks once again to bolster its numbers. A battalion of slave makers charge into the nest.
Respond. Most of them are very dead.
Once again, the slave makers return to their nest with new black ant larvae to raise as their own. The raids will continue, but this Formica fusca colony has proved its capacity to endure and grow. Eventually they will surpass their parasitic overseers, and the continued raids of the slave makers will reduce to nothing more than a mere inconvenience for the great Black Ant Empire.
Woo. I'll take extra food for now. The level within 16 minutes on medium difficulty. Kill 10 funnel web spiders for the first 6 minutes. Win the level on hard difficulty and lose no more than one egg on insane. Interesting. Well, I'll just take the progression for now.
Is it feeding time already?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
Let's get some more workers. Actually, no. Right, in the Formicarium we have a population limit, so I should be careful about how many workers I get. This tip. Now you've completed both missions on this tier, you can play them in challenge mode. This will provide additional rewards, but the levels will have a twist. Select challenge mode from the level setup dialog. Okay. That might be a next time thing, however. As, it's been fantastic. Better than I could ever have hoped for, but or well, better than I hoped for. Probably not better than I could ever hope for, but it's been a good time. Group 2, go grab that. Yes, we have ants. Let's take a look at the upgrade tree while the ants are working. So that's the Queen, Royal Guard, okay, that's an emergency defense, Royal Decree, Unlimited Army, okay, that's another emergency defense. I see. It's the Black Ant I can unlock. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Do I want to unlock the Black Ant Soldier right now? Or do I want to... Interesting. Okay. Health speed and job completion speed for upgrades. Well, I imagine Rail Jelly will be a sustainable thing, but I might still want to save it for now. Have we gotten all the food? Are we out of storage space? I think we're out of storage space. Let's add a couple speed tiles here. must have some Zoom connections. And then more food tiles here. I can also excavate a bit more, can't I? Makes the territory increase. Food storage. I think this may not actually be upgradable due to their positioning. Unless I can somehow get that to level 3, but I don't think so. Okay. Well, we'll try. May as well throw a bit more speed down there. Wait, can I actually squeeze food tiles in there? I think I can, huh? Those should actually be speed tiles, though. Okay. That should let me actually get the upgrades I need. And we may as well throw down another food tiles here. I think the Formicarium probably cares most about having a real solid food reserve. And quality ants later on when unlocked. Wonder if we've collected all the food we need to. Let's bring group 2 down here to help make things a little faster. Yeah, I think 1's done as well. Bring them in here. Okay, we have enough storage space for now. Let's not burn too much more. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it here for now. Formicarium's coming along nicely. Got all sorts of fanciness. Turn off these tips for now for... I don't think I need the food display, but having the upgrade display and the life bar display is really nice, but we'll let it be a little cinematic as I wrap things up here. Okay. Ah, well then. Greetings to Black Opal, Dragon, and company. Hey, Opal. And I assume Extreme, and what's coming along. Hope Valheim went well. Good to see you, folks. I was hoping to wrap up right about here and see if I could send a raid your way, but seems like you beat me to the punch. So, sounds like I need to do another ant mission. But yeah, for anyone who might just be joining, I go by Dubious Physics. I typically play co-op and strategy games, and today I am playing for the first time it's turned out to be absolutely fantastic. Even if it's still in development, it's very much an early access game. It is Empires of the Undergrowth. And yeah, once again, thank you very much for the raid, Opal. Sounds like I should do another mission. So let's hop out of the hub here, where I've been working hard on having enough room to store way too much food. And the game has suggested I play a mission on challenge mode. So let's go ahead and play the introductory, really well put together outside mission with challenge mode on. Let's go.
This Formica Fusca queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable. Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant. The ants have encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing.
Need to get a few workers down once I have 20
Unfortunately,
food.
the queen chose her colony's home poorly. This earth is infested with Grillotalpa, the European mole cricket. Growing up to 45 millimeters in length and with powerful forelegs, these beasts are masters of tunneling. The crickets have had their fill of roots for the day, and are now on the hunt for protein-rich invertebrates. This queen and her brood are in imminent danger of being devoured.
Sounds like I need to start building soldiers. Start putting together food storage as well. Okay, 2, 3, 4. What do we got? Okay, yeah, just tips on soldiers that we've seen before.
The workers have uncovered carnivorous larvae of Ocypus olens, the devil's coach horse. They are born ready for combat, with powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey. They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters. If the ants had disturbed the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution.
Okay. Upgrade the food storages as well. start cutting towards this.
There are intruders in the nest.
Get us some soldier upgrades where we can. Food out there, yes we have. Okay, get the soldiers up here.
A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit.
Where is the small cricket? Oh, there it is.
The ants must fight.
Small crickets will burrow into the nest periodically, more frequently in higher numbers as the level goes on. Dust will fall at the location they will arrive before they appear. They have high health and attack, so make sure you are ready.
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
Okay, how much is that worth, I wonder? Or is it... it might not be worth any food at all, which kinda sucks, but... oh well. Get me a handful more workers.
The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Go get him. I want to go put that next. What's this? Okay, that's just the upgrade hint. And more crickets. We're good. Punch through.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. These wood lice will make a significant addition to the colony's larders, but they are clinging tightly to the ground. It's going to take some effort to dislodge them.
Then effort it shall be. Cut a new path. Get us some extra food storage here. Our first level 3 soldiers, if possible.
Mole crickets are burrowing into the nest. The ants must defend in multiple locations at once.
Recall ants. Emergency! We're a little low on food. Okay, send the soldiers there, send the workers up to harvest. Kind of wish those were worth some food. Got here wood lice and upgrading. Okay, cut through from here.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae
Trying to
must
work
be protected.
quickly. Make sure we have a quick reinforce route. Deposits there and there. So, oh yep, that particular control trick. See if we can cut through without having to contend with too many predators right away. More level 3 ants once we have a bit more food.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Go, no problem.
A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit.
Is it just the one? As far as I can tell. So the workers start work on that. Wood lice all gathered up. Okay, send the workers to gather that. And we'll send them together after much through here.
There are intruders in the nest.
Grab that food there. So far the time pressure's not been too terrible. Not generally a fan of time pressure, but not dead yet. Go ahead and cut some shortcuts. Get us some speed tiles. The routes we'd normally be taking. Actually, scrub that one. Okay, can we cut into
Mole
here?
crickets are burrowing into the nest. The ants must defend in multiple locations at once.
Recalling. Soldiers, get back here.
There are intruders in the nest.
Upgrade everything we can while all this is happening. I think that's it. Oh, we cut through to a hostile area and then recalled everyone. Well, at least we lured them into an area where they're easy to surround.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Get a little more food storage. Be fine.
There are intruders in the nest.
Okay, need a little more food for upgrades. And speed tiles would be nice along our way. Don't have any reserve food. That's a problem.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be
Back.
protected.
As we can.
The ants have stumbled into the path of a fully developed devil's coach horse beetle, and it's hungry for breakfast. The beetle is almost 4 times the size of a black ant, and protected by thick plates of external armor.
Oh, apparently
Whilst
we're
it
just
bites
killing
at the
it.
tiny defenders, it sprays foul-smelling secretions from the end of its raised abdomen,
That's a lot
disorientating
less
the ants.
efficient than I
A
should
mole
have
cricket is
but-
burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly, or their brood will be forfeit. The devil's coach horse is dead. Its corpse will provide food to support dozens of new brood.
Soldiers are handling just fine. Yep. Hey Opal, sorry I missed your initial message there. Been a little absorbed. I just love the theming and the feel of it, honestly. That's one of the things I love the most about the game. But I do enjoy picking up on some of the strategy as well, which I am liking. But just announcements made by like a documentary narrator and all that's it's a thing of wonder. That's what it is. Okay, got speed tiles, getting fresh ants up here. I really don't have the food reserve here. I think both words may actually be somewhat valid. I'm not super certain though.
There are intruders in the nest.
Okay, can we pull them back?
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed
Nope.
the new brood.
Never mind, commit to it. You switch to have the workers not fight so that some of them can ferry the food back so we can resupply. Any confused ants? Okay, gather. This might not work out. See if I can slip the workers through for some food gathering.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Soldiers, please respond.
Mole crickets are burrowing into the nest. The ants must defend in multiple locations at once.
Actually, everything's just pretty much happening at one location right now.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Yeah, okay, I did not save enough food. Or maybe I should have just started engaging more cleanly, made sure I had a steady stream of food, rather than trying to pull things back for us around.
The queen has fallen. Her body will be dissected and her untended brood pillaged. Most young ant colonies will end this way. Just another meal for the creatures of the undergrowth.
Man, I love how this is put together. Yeah, the first outside level can actually be quite tricky. Especially if I don't engage correctly. You do actually get a little bit of food and stuff though. Well, may as well tell the workers to gather up the food. But I think I'll probably wrap things up here for the stream. Once stuff has been collected. Should have plenty of room for it. But yeah, that's Empires of the Undergrowth. So far, my impression is very positive. And I hope it will continue to develop that way. We'll see though. The game remains not very complete in terms of content, from my understanding. Although what is there is pretty awesome. And you know what else is awesome? you folks, thanks very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. And thanks very much again to those who were familiar with the game who swung by, gave good advice, or even bad advice, that's also fine too. And thank you very much to Opal for the raid. Again, hope you and Extreme had a great time with Valheim tonight. And yeah, I think that's gonna be about it. I will see if there's someone I can send you folks along to. Go through all the usual stuff. And let's see. Okay, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. My next stream should be in a couple days' time. That is going to be Saturday the 20th at 0200 UTC. And words, I've got them. Let's see. I might be playing more Empires of the Undergrowth or more Hades. We'll see how the balance of things goes, or even more Surviving Mars. Yeah, if you've got any thoughts on what you would like to see, do come by my Discord. I have a Discord server for this channel, official channel communications, general inane chatter, whatever you would prefer out of that is there. But yeah, that's the next stream. You can see my stream schedule down below or on my About page. You can follow me at Dubious Physics on Twitter. You can follow me right here on Twitch. And yeah, regardless of all that, your viewership's really appreciated. So once again, thank you very much, folks, for watching. Do remember to take care of yourselves. You're absolutely worth it, and I hope to see you in the future. This is Dubious Physics, signing off.
Ants. They're organized, industrious, and hungry. But in the undergrowth, there's no such thing as a free lunch. In the end, only one colony will secure victory over the Outworld and take its place amongst the great empires of the Undergrowth.